Hello and welcome. This is James Blanchard, Cisneros, at your service. Today I will be reading the June 24th Facebook post and I will be making a few comments on it, and I trust that it will assist both of us on our journeys. This one is 2 paragraphs long. Usually a Facebook post is about a paragraph, so about a minute long. This is 2 paragraphs, so about 2.5 minutes to read. So please do stick around. Here we go. Feeling free to feel your feelings. Today, let us remember this. It is always okay to feel whatever it is you're feeling. The ego will try to put you down for not feeling good, happy, or at peace, saying to you that you feel this way because you're not wise, mature, worthy, or spiritual enough. It does this because it has trained us to believe that if we don't feel good, happy, peaceful, wise, mature, worthy, or spiritual enough, then we obviously must not be a part of God. If we are not a part of God, then we must be a part of the ego. If we feel like we are part of the ego, then the ego and its thought system gets to survive. For example, if you're feeling resentful, know that this is perfectly fine to feel. You are a human being having a human experience. Do not judge yourself for being human, for that is what you came here to be and experience. But do be brave. Feel how what you're feeling is making you feel. Then ask yourself, is this feeling truly a part of my true eternal essence? Or is it an ego programming that I have accepted as real? Feel resentment, but then place it as a complete and separate entity next to your heart soul, and feel how unaligned they are to each other. For your truth is love, and love is all. Therefore resentment is but an illusion of the ego, a falsity, a lie we have been programmed to believe and carry as true. Then physically feel yourself handing over your resentment to the one whose purpose is your peace of mind, fulfillment, and joy. Feel that weight being lifted out of your hands and off your shoulders. Feel it lifting away from you and dissolving in His light. Then feel God's filling those now free spaces within you with His love for you and for all your brothers and sisters. Keep on absorbing God's love until it begins to overflow. Then bless with your overflowing love all those brothers and sisters who the ego once had you resent. You are and will always be as God's created you. You are love in physical form, and we are all one. Offer this love to all your brothers and sisters to experience, understand, and acknowledge it as forever yours. The ego has programmed us not to look within, because it has programmed us to, when we even do look within and we feel not happy or joyful or peaceful or resentful, it has trained us to believe that we feel this way because we're not wise enough, spiritual enough, good enough, godly enough. And so that's how the ego has programmed us to think. And so it kind of scares us to go within because we've done that before and we've judged ourselves for not being happy, peaceful, for being resentful, for not being joyful. And this creates a certain separation, a feeling of a separation from God. And that's what the ego wants. It wants you to feel separated from God. Because if you feel like you're not a part of God, then you're part of the ego. And if the ego gets to convince you that you're part of it, then it and its thought system get to survive through you. But today we're going to look a little bit deeper. You cannot be feeling resentful or not good enough or not wise enough or not spiritual enough, because those are simply illusions we have been programmed to see as real, but they're really not real. They're illusions. We are only love. And therefore, when we are experiencing something other than this love, what we're doing is we're making an unconscious call to the universe for help and healing. Because we go within and we feel something that we are not. We might not know that consciously, but unconsciously we know that we're feeling something that we're not. We're not separate from God. That's impossible. And so we make this love part of us, our highest self, makes a call to the universe for help and healing, to help remind us who we truly are. And so in the example of feeling resentful, nothing that your brother does to you or says or whatever can make you feel resentful. Because you must have had the thought of resentment within you to be able to define it as resentful from your brother and sister's action. If you did not have the belief in resentment within you, then you could not define your brothers and sisters' action as something worthy of the feeling of resentfulness. And so what is happening is that when we make that call out for help and healing from the universe, the vibrational rate of this resentment that we're feeling within, but that's not really us, vibrates to a point where another brother or sister who's dealing with those same type of issues matches that vibrational rate. And so this individual becomes the perfect person to come to our aid to help us realize that this resentment is not really real. And so we have this unconscious belief that we're not just love. We're not love. And so this shadow resentment is expressed outwards to that brother and sister who volunteered to come and help us see that this shadow within us is not really real. And so, see, the ego would have you judge your brother and sister for making you feel resentful. But what is really happening is that your brother and sister is volunteering to come into the physical form with you in this experience to take this belief system within your mind into the physical form so you can better see what is separating you from your true nature with its love, which is love. And so you see, it is not judgment that you are supposed to offer your brother and sister. That is gratitude, because they're helping you. They are helping you see where within your mind you're separating yourself from God, from love. And so today, let us offer our brothers and sisters gratitude for that, and let us offer ourselves a pat on the back for having the courage to go deeper than what the ego would have us go. And remember that we are truly only love. But it is useful to experience these shadows, these unconscious shadows within our minds that are a program part of the ego telling us that we're something other than love. When we realize that we're not resentful, that we're only love, then the shadow is cleared up, and you will no longer see your brothers and sisters as making you feel resentful. You will simply see the truth in them, that they themselves are only love. And so when you see your brothers and sisters, when you know yourself as only love, then that is the only thing that you can offer is this love, through its expressions such as kindness, forgiveness, generosity, peace, joy. So that is how you will see your brothers, through love. But it was only because your brothers and sisters helped you see that you were not resentment, that you not can see them with love. Because resentment is not real anymore within you. Because you've experienced it long enough to see that it's not truly aligned with your true nature. That every time you use that illusion, and you might need to use it many a times to realize that it's not part of you, but each one of those parts, each one of those times that you used it, helped you to get to another level of realizing that this idea, this illusion of resentment, is not really true. And so let us thank our brothers and sisters who are now making us feel resentful, and let us thank our brothers and sisters who in the past made us feel resentful. For again, you cannot be made to feel anything without your permission. You cannot be made to feel anything without your belief that something is real within you. But today we remember that we are only love. And so we thank our brothers and sisters for helping us realize that we have no need to judge them as the ego would have us do, or curse them as the ego would have had us do in the past. And so to release this illusionary idea, let us simply do a quick meditation. Let us close our eyes, and then little by little we feel light flowing through our body, our scalp, our face, our shoulders, our arms, and feel this light going through your body. And this light being knowledge, being self-awareness, being understanding. And then start to feel where you're holding on to these illusions. And then ask, you're visualizing yourself sitting down, and then ask God, Christ, Buddha, Allah, whoever you trust and love in the room with you. And then start offering and taking this stuff, this illusionary belief and resentment out of your body, yourself. Visualize yourself taking out this darkness and holding it in your hand. And just keep on, whenever you feel that resentment towards a brother or sister, just take it out of your body and feel those darkened areas within your body being released onto your hands. And then once you feel like you've taken enough of the resentment out, then offer it to God's source and feel that resentment lifting from your hands and even lifting from your shoulders and going over to God, to Jesus, to Holy Spirit, to Buddha, to whoever, and watching it dissolve in His loving light. And then watch Him offering you gratitude because of you making the conscious choice to release this illusion. You are now aligning more with Him. And so He is grateful that now you can become a greater example of your truth in this world of duality, in this ego-programmed world. And so He is grateful for you for that. And so He starts offering you His love to put in those empty parts of you that you once carry resentment in. And so start to feel this love flowing into your body, and just feel it flowing in and just flowing in, and filling every part that is now empty because you took away all this illusion out of you. And so you start to feel more light coming into you, more love coming into you, and you start filling with more and more and more love and more and its expressions such as understanding, forgiveness, compassion, kindness, joy, peace, and you fill yourself more and more with this love, more love, more love, and then you fill yourself so much that you start to overflow with this love. And then start to offer your brother and sister, those who you once resented, offer them this love. And just visualize them with you in the room with Christ or with Holy Spirit or with Buddha. And see yourself offering this love to your brothers and sisters. So every time you had thoughts of them and resentment came to your mind, now when you have thoughts of them, make the conscious choice to give them love, to pray for them, to pray for their health, to pray for their peace of mind, to pray for their joy. And every time you think of them, pray for them. Pray for the joy and peace of mind and their health and their happiness. And so you see you're shifting away from the illusion, aligning with the truth in you, and then offering this truth to your brother and sister. And then the more you see your brother and sister in this light, the more you see that you and them are actually one. For you are this light, God is this light, your brother and sister are this light. So all you see now when you think of them is this light. And in the world of duality, we practice that over and over again until we realize that this is truly us, that this light is truly us. So anytime a brother or sister comes to our mind and we see them as something other than love, we stop that, and instead we offer them the love that God gave us to them. And we pray for them every single time. The ego insists on anger, on resentment, on jealousy, on thoughts of revenge. We stop that, and then we offer them who we truly are, the love that we truly are. And we do that over and over and over again. And the more we do that, the more time we spend in that oneness, in that love. in that understanding that we are simply love and our brothers and sisters are simply love. And then we spend more time in that alignment of love and less time in the ego's illusion of resentment, of jealousy, of anger. And then we start to see our brothers and sisters more in this light. And then this illusion slowly dissolves into the nothingness from which it came. And then we become an example of this light, simply because we have the courage to feel our feelings. It is perfectly okay to feel whatever it is you're feeling. That is your journey, and each one of our journeys is sacred. No matter what it looks like to the ego, no matter how the ego defines that journey, you're not spiritual enough. You're not good enough. You're not peaceful enough or not mature enough. You're not. You're only love. That is your true nature. But sometimes we have to experience the illusion long enough to see that this stuff, this ego programming, is not real. And so it was only because we had the courage to feel our feelings, to go within, to remember who in truth we are, to align with our true nature, that we started to see our brothers and sisters as they truly are. And we started to release our illusions, because we had the courage to go within and see what is true and what is not true. And so whenever you're feeling bad, depressed, sad, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Just feel it. Go within and feel it. Whenever you're feeling that towards another brother and sister, it's the same thing, because we're all one. So just feel what you're feeling, but have the courage to really feel it and ask yourself, is this really me? Are these feelings really me? Because deep down inside, you know that you are only love. You are your Creator's creation, and love is all. So there cannot be an opposite to all. There cannot be an opposite to love. So you are only love. So any other of these ego programmings, they are not real. So put them next to your heart and soul. Put them next to the love that you truly are, and ask yourself, is this really aligned with this? And little by little you will start to see that no, this illusion is not aligned with the truth in me. And so you start to align more and more with your truth, and this illusion starts to dissolve. And you start to offer this truth to your brothers and sisters, because you remember that you and your brothers and sisters are one. And so you desire to see in them what you have in yourself, because that is, in the end, all you can truly see in them is what you have and believe in yourself. And so let us offer our brothers and sisters gratitude for that, for being a part of a process that helped us remember who we truly are. And let us pat ourselves on the back for having the courage to go within and feel our feelings. And know that it's okay to feel our feelings. It's okay not to feel exactly loving all the time. And that's fine. That's being being a human. That's being who the ego has programmed us to be. But we're much more than that. We are love, and only love. And that is what we came here to remember and to become an example and an expression of. So that the brothers and sisters could see that they are also simply only love. So let us do that today. Thank you very much for your time. I love you very much. If you'd be so kind as to like, comment, or share the video, it would help with the listing process, and it might help somebody find this video someday who can use the information. If you'd like to leave me a comment or a question, I will be delighted to try and offer a response. And if you can please subscribe to my YouTube channel, I would love to have you in that community. Again, thank you very much for your time. I love you very much. And God willing, we will see each other tomorrow. Peace.